Michael Wilson experience. Dum 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 dum. Boom.
Welcome to the first episode of Season 2 of the Brain Exchange Podcast. I'm Michael.
And I'm Dan.
And it's been a long while since we made an episode.
A hell of a long while.
I'm going to take full blame right now.
That's good, because I was going to give full blame to you.
And let's hope that the next episode isn't released over 200 days late. I think well, originally I think it was not only 200 days later than we planned, but I think it was 200 days late.
Was it really that late? I didn't realise it was that bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Wow. Well, we could spend an entire podcast talking about how long it took us, but let's not.
Yeah, so people really are dying to know what we've got lined up for Season 2. So, basically, Season 2 is planned into neat little topics.
Well, yeah.
So,
potential topics include animals.
Well, we already know animals.
You've spoiled it. Now they know that animals is coming up. We may as well not even do this podcast. Goodbye.
Anyway, well, there was. Should we just tell them the other topics in case we do realise?
Potential topics.
We could talk about sex, censorship, copyright, food,
law,
yeah,
and order.
And order. I like that show. Not really.
It's alright.
So we've got plenty of stuff lined up, and basically the plan is that we go into each of these and kind of approach them from the brain exchange style that you all know and love.
Love? Probably.
We can only hope so.
It just seemed like a good idea to have a topic for each episode.
Yeah, and
more cohesion.
We've also got a new audio engineer lined up.
Yeah, a very talented man. Well, he hasn't done anything yet, so
we shouldn't really.
May want to hold that applause.
Yeah, and finally, we've also got a plan to talk about really bad examples of science.
Yeah, and that was your idea, Michael, I think.
Yeah, so we'll see that coming up in the episode sometime soon. So the first thing we've got lined up is been on my nerves for a while, and it's basically about live export, religion, and cruelty to animals.
We can't go through an episode without talking about religion a little, can we?
Yeah,
we have to bag it somewhat.
It's a staple diet of us, really.
Staple of our diet?
So I guess, if people aren't really familiar with it, in Australia we have live animal export, and so basically this just means that the sheep get put onto a truck in horrible, horrible conditions, in 40-degree heat, driven across roads.
Yeah. And
basically put onto huge sheep ships, the majority of them dying in transit, and then they're sold in, I think it's Muslim state countries where halal food has to be slaughtered on their turf in the name of God, pretty much.
Yeah, in the right way and all that. And it's very visible here too, because if you go to the port of Fremantle,
which is like a tourist area,
this
isn't.
And you might
it's
even
not industrial.
Yeah, you might go there for dinner or something too. It's not far.
And you'll see the sheep ships. Yeah, you'll see the trucks.
A sheep. You'll see a sheep full of ships, and you think those poor ships.
Those poor
How do they
ships.
fit in that sheep?
And you'll of course see the trucks driving past, and
and they smell pretty bad too.
And people boo them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought we set them on fire.
Oh, yeah.
That's just what I do. I just like to hear sheep scream, though.
Before Ben gets a warrant for his arrest, what I want to point out was that the only reason, obviously, why this occurs is because of religion, and it's like the Australian government has to say, oh, we have to respect their religious rights, but then
so they say.
We don't actually respect their religious rights, we just respect the fact they've got money.
Yeah. We respect the religious rights of anybody who's going to pay us to do that.
And that's pretty much the system and how it works, depressingly enough.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, it makes you think that what kind of actions can be done just in the name of religion towards animals.
Yeah.
Religion has a bad history with animals when you think of it.
Yeah, it does. It has a bad history with humans in particular. That's the one animal that probably has cause a lot of suffering in. But we often talk about human suffering as a result of religion. We don't often talk about all the animal suffering, which is
very real.
Yeah, and also important.
Yeah. I think a key thing is that it's not simply that religions are, say, forcing us to do a halal in their country, but it's that there's a simple solution. There is currently Australian meat. There is halal from Australia, and it's all killed by an Arab priest dude.
By some Arab guy.
Walala, walala, and then it's converted and dies.
Yeah.
But we have to ship it over and do all this stupid animal cruelty because they couldn't be asked, just changing their view. And I don't know why they even have that view.
It's more because to them it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm not sure exactly the Islamic view on animals, but I assume since it's an Abrahamic religion, it's going to be very similar to the Christian and the Jewish one, which is that animals were created for us. Like, God created all the animals on Earth for humans to do with as they please.
Although one point against that could be in Dubai, this man was arrested and placed in jail for having sex with the camel. And so he was punished.
Isn't that fairly common in those parts?
Yeah, it is. So he was punished, though, for having sex with the camel, like a slap on the wrist fine.
But see, they've also got this big problem with sex. So,
Although, again, I guess, remembering the story more clearly now, I do recall that the punishment for him was a slap on the wrist, but unfortunately this raped camel's punishment was death, because it was now a tainted camel. Yeah. I feel kind of sorry for that camel, actually.
Well, I feel more sorry for the women who have that problem in those countries. I mean, that's often the punishment for humans who are raped in those countries.
Ben, women are animals as well in those countries. Come on, let's not.
Well, all humans are animals in reality. As much as religious people may deny it. I was actually having a discussion with a fundamentalist Christian who told me that no, humans are not animals.
What?
And
no, this cannot be the case. Is this on through YouTube?
No, this was a real person in real life I was talking to. Just, mentioning technically humans are animals as well. And they're like, no, they're not. And then gave as evidence for the fact they're not the Genesis account.
Of Christianity.
The Genesis account of the creation, That's
actually alarming that people like that exist. Like, I understand if people deny something, evolution isn't real. Like, although it's completely
you've got people who say the Earth is 6,000 years old. If you're willing to say that,
it's not really that big a step, is it?
All facts are out the window by that time.
Creationists. I wonder.
But we didn't even intend to talk about creationists, but they're so.
See, this is what I mean. It's a staple. Like, it's a natural path for this podcast to come to.
Yeah, they kind of bring it upon themselves by having such stupid views. I mean, I read a quote once. I'm probably going to misquote it, but that's the point of quotes, isn't it?
Yeah.
That people who don't like their beliefs being mocked shouldn't have such funny beliefs.
Yeah.
And that's really the perfect quote for creationism.
Don't. Let's just... No. I don't know how I feel about that, because...
You seem to be having a bit of trouble talking there.
Yeah.
It's unusual for you. You're an amazing talker. Like, if you have any skill, it's talking.
And yet I'm failing at it so miserably right now.
I'd say it's the heat.
We're
suffering through a sweltering Australian summer.
It is brutal.
Yeah.
It is absolutely brutal.
It's nice and the sun's long gone, but the heat is still here. And sorry to all those people in the Northern Hemisphere winter right now who are going, man, I wish I had that summer.
But yeah, it's actually... I think there are studies which show that heat reduces brain activity, and that's why...
That's a perfect example. That's why...
Exactly. So today I was thinking, like, I'm kind of a pseudo-vegetarian for pork. Like, I try not to eat pork because I don't.
It doesn't really make you a vegetarian.
Okay,
if you just don't eat pork,
non-porkitarian.
You're just yeah.
But one thing kind of occurred to me was that, like, if I'm presented with, say, a pizza that has got ham on it, and I'm really hungry, and I didn't pay for the
that
pizza,
fucking pizza, Michael.
But see, I mean, to some extent, obviously, you might not enjoy doing it for ethical reasons. But, like, on a grander scale, in doing that, in eating that food that's presented in front of me, I'm not buying it. I'm not... It's, it's going to sit there regardless.
You're just eating a pig. Like, you're letting that pig's life not
See-
be lost for nothing.
Worst argument. But like, if you
No,
if
because
you-
that pig was going to die
die
anyway,
anyway.
and it was going to suffer anyway.
see that,
Do you want that pig to suffer so that he could sit on your table and not be eaten?
but see, if you pay for the pig, that's all of a sudden when it gets ethical. The money bit, because you're funding for more pigs to die.
But whether
if
you pay for it or someone else pays for it, it's still
But if you
funding
didn't pay
pigs
for
to
it,
die.
maybe no one else will.
But, like, one of your friends paid for it,
Yeah.
and then you ate it.
I-
Maybe your friend wouldn't pay for it next time if no one ate it.
Ooh.
Oh.
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 I don't know though, because like my mum just buys it anyway.
Yeah, that's what my mum does. I didn't put ham on the shopping list because I was like, I'm going to be like Michael and not eat pork or not eat pig.
Good on you, Ben.
But then there were like 4 packets of ham in the fridge. I'm like, oh, alright, I'll eat some more pig.
Yeah. Although the other day I was like, my mum had bought this ham, and on the front of it said sow-free, sow cage-free pig, pork, ham food. And like, and basically,
It actually said that on the front. It said sow cage free pig pork ham food.
it was, well, I don't know what it said, but it was basically saying that the sows.
You were very
free
creative
to,
at the time.
Yeah, pretty much. The sows were free to roam their cages and socialize with the other pigs. They weren't confined to this little thing.
So they
little
just weren't in
prison cell.
solitary confinement. They were
And
still in prison.
And I was saying, that doesn't make me want to buy this. It makes me just realise how cruel it must have been and how little the improvement must have been for them to put that sticker on. I was like, oh God, that's awful. But
The problem I find with pig now is that after watching Porking Across America,
yeah,
every time I think about eating pig, it just brings back awful memories of the
Porking Across
bad
America.
things happening to Jim Haggerty.
The Onion series.
Yeah.
This is an Onion series, by the way. It's quite hilarious.
But like every Onion series, it seems to suffer from terrible things happen to everybody for no apparent reason.
Yeah, and it gets a bit
It was great, but it was painful at times.
very painful. Just like painful, just like animal cruelty, Ben.
Painful for the animals.
Cruelty. So
It can be quite fun for like psychopaths.
Hmm.
They enjoy animal cruelty.
Not all.
No,
Some just
no?
enjoy human cruelty.
Oh, I thought it was like as children they experimented on animals and then became serial killers. Or something.
I don't think that's the case in all.
That's what Law and Order taught me.
Yeah, good old Law and Order. Oh my
Probably
god.
not Law and Order,
Oh my
but
god,
you know,
my son is killing animals.
pop psychology.
Pop psychology. That's me. I'm just a pop psychologist. Actually, can we go off topic on pop references for a bit?
No, we do not go off topic on this podcast. But
'Cause
go ahead.
I was thinking, like, recently, maybe pop-related material is the best way to access a wide variety of audiences. Because
I think it is.
Because I've been thinking for ages. Because, like, originally I hated that psychological facts. It's like this Tumblr thing. It basically post studies, gets a suggested result, and then says, this is a fact in psychology.
Well, you can present pop science in different
Better.
ways. You don't have to present it as scientists discover new fact
Yeah.
that is irrefutable. You can present it in the way that a lot of pop science books are written.
But
Like,
I think...
I've got pop science books that I've read because I'm not a qualified physicist. I'm not going to understand if I
And-
try to read.
I think, honestly, like, not everyone is ever going to understand everything. Like, that is a... I mean,
Well-
except for me. And
And me, probably. Like, I don't think...
I think
no
you
offense...
listen to all these podcasts.
Well, yeah, no offense,
You
Michael,
might
but I
get
don't think you'll actually understand that
everything.
much. No.
Well, you'll never understand why I don't understand everything.
Well,
or
I
you won't
will.
understand
I will.
the
No,
understandings
I will
that
understand
you don't
more
understand.
than. Yeah, but I will understand more than you understand.
Well,
Just saying. Well, I watched 2 episodes of that lecture series with that Indian guy
I only
on
watched
physics.
one,
Yeah, you only watched one.
and I watched it to Solar Fields.
That doesn't even make sense.
No, it's a band.
Yeah, but you watched the lecture while listening to music.
Yeah, no, because it's ambient. So I was just, this is the physics equation, and I was just like, oh my god.
I
And it said,
actually thought of taking notes, in
Really?
the second lecture. Like, I think I might actually watch that whole, 40 lecture
the
series
Indian. Yeah, we should link
and
it
take
on the
notes.
podcast.
Yeah, we will. 'Cause that was pretty great.
Was good.
I was quite enjoying it. But back to the topic.
Animal cruelty. Like,
Especially in the meat industry, I think.
it is quite bad. Like, I'm not gonna lie, and put it out there, it's horrible. But
Yeah.
it's strange because I feel very.
Would you like to give some examples of how it's horrible? Because a lot of people don't really know this kind of stuff.
Okay, like an example is factory farmed pigs, is where you put pigs into a cage for their whole life. They can't really move at all. They're confined to this little zone and generally just treated absolutely awfully in a subhuman level. And it's so bad that even the Dutch have banned it altogether.
Well, even the Dutch. The Dutch are fairly
Progressive. I mean, I meant it more in terms
even
of
the Dutch have banned it.
Well, I didn't mean it in terms of the social progressiveness of Holland, but more the size of Holland. You see what I mean? So think of how tiny it is, and yet they've said that all factory farmed pork has to be banned by 2014 or whatever it is. And considering the size of their country, that's a pretty big commitment.
Yeah.
And I was like, well done, Holland. Like, that's removing it. That's removing some animal cruelty.
That's another good thing about Holland. Or the Netherlands.
The Netherlands. And of course you've got things,
Sorry, you go on.
I was going to say that, that goose liver, that's tortured goose liver. I don't even know its real name. I feel almost bad for knowing its real name.
Oh God, I know the thing you're talking about. Some French name, like
Let's just Google tortured goose liver.
tortured goose liver.
And
Just Google goose liver. I mean, how many things are going to be made of goose
No,
liver?
I want to see if it comes up number 1 for tortured goose liver.
It's like tortured baby cow.
Everyone knows it's just veal. Although, Australia doesn't have veal. Like,
Yeah,
we just have,
there we go.
foie gras. Foie gras.
Foie gras. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but like, I remember telling you this, but it was really funny.
But I'm pretty sure we do have veal, don't we? 'Cause
We have veal.
I'm sure I've eaten veal.
No, we have veal,
plenty
but
of
it's
times.
not boxed veal.
Oh, it's not
It's
tortured.
just a baby cow. It's not actually anything tortured about it.
No.
That's illegal in Australia.
I'm not going to eat it anymore.
Yeah, no, now I know that.
So the correct pronunciation was foie gras, not foie gras.
Okay, well, I'm going to call it foie gras.
Foie gras or foie gras. But who cares? Because who actually wants to eat goose liver anyway?
I don't know. It's
Like
like
whether
pate.
it's tortured or not.
It's like pate.
Yeah.
So,
See, pate doesn't.
I thought it was
really
really
appeal to me.
interesting that I remember telling you this study, but this farmer basically he grew his own geese and he treated them really well and let them roam free and did all this really really nice things to them.
And he killed them.
And then he just fattened them up naturally in the past 2 weeks and then killed them and got their livers and then entered them into the foie gras competition.
You did tell me about this.
And he turned out to win and all
Wow.
this. And then the French afterwards found out that they weren't actually tortured geese. They were just geese that had been, just... It was just yeah. It was just normal goose liver. And then he got
This goose is not tortured?
They tried to remove the prize from him.
Well, that's the French for you, They love suffering, the French. I mean, they've suffered enough themselves. I guess they want to take it out on animals.
The French... What is the French religion? Let's just blame it on that.
The French religion. The French are actually fairly atheistic, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Don't they have heaps of chapels and stuff?
Well, yeah, because they're in Europe. All of Europe is full of churches.
And Christians and stuff.
Yeah. Bloody
Bloody hell.
Christians.
Um,
So, moving on from the Dutch banning pigs, which is what we were talking about before
so I'm
many
sure
sidetracks.
there's this new anti-factory farming campaign going in Australia, and it's being run by Animals Australia, also known as the Animals Australia's
Liberation Army
of Peace and Veganism.
Yeah. I don't think they're actually known as that by anyone but us,
Yeah, but
because we just invented that.
I was going to donate to them, stopping factory farmed pigs.
But then you had to go out and buy some booze or something.
Yeah, and then when I got back, I decided to read a little bit more.
Ah, the real reason you didn't donate.
And it was because they were against people eating kangaroos, because people eating kangaroos was somewhat cruel. And this just led me into this investigation into the complete irrationality of animal advocates if they want to be. Did you have anything you want to add? You look like you're gonna.
No,
add something.
I just thought that was a
'Cause-
really well-worded sentence, Michael.
For me. Anyway, and
Well, I guess I did want to add that obviously you didn't come into this with a completely objective standpoint because you are a big fan of eating kangaroo.
yes.
So you came into this going, hey, eating kangaroo is bad since when?
And I was
I
pretty
eat
pissed
kangaroo
off.
all the time.
I was-
Bloody A.
I was so pissed.
Struth.
I was raging. Anyway,
Those drongos don't want you eating kangaroo.
and basically this animal activist campaign group went round saying that the way they're caught, the way they're killed, the way the meat is prepared is really, really dangerous, and it's full of bacteria and all these toxins, and this has gone against everything that I had currently read, which suggested that it should be cooked somewhat because it is game
Like
meat.
most meat.
Yeah, but it's not like biotic. It's not bad for you. And anyway, and I found all these sites, and basically they'd petitioned, online petitioning, by the way,
Oh.
to the Russian government, which is one of the world's biggest importers of kangaroo, to stop buying Australian kangaroo. And all these Australian kangaroo farmers lost their jobs, and the meat industry lost heaps of money over this.
So the Russians stopped buying our kangaroo.
Yeah. and
Whose kangaroos are they
they're
buying now?
Exactly.
Bloody hell.
For like 2 years.
It's an Australian icon. No one else is allowed to export that.
And it turns out it wasn't even bad, and like a national apology was issued, and like this huge thing happened over.
Putin came in and rode a kangaroo to show that he supported the industry.
Ah. Yeah.
So I guess it all comes down to the fact that vegans hate humans.
Yeah, they really do. But you recently have had a thing with dolphins. You don't like them at all.
Yeah.
Let's put it out there. Ben hates dolphins.
Yeah, I've actually titled this section "Dolphins, the Cunts of the Sea."
Yeah, they're not nice. And I'm going to put it in context that Ben has grown up in a very pro-dolphin family. In
Very
fact, there is a
pro-dolphin.
painting in his house called something like Crystal
Rainbow Dolphin Healing Magic. Ooh, I listened to tapes as a child called like Dolphin Magic and
Dolphin
whatnot.
healing.
Yeah.
Dolphin
Yeah,
angels.
there was a lot of like new age dolphins are
Dolphin-
magical kind of ideas.
Dolphins, angels of the sea.
And also Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy makes dolphins cool.
Yeah, in general, like
Like-
they seem to come across as cool guys.
Yeah.
But-
They doesn't afraid of anything.
But
But
no,
then you start finding out what dolphins are really like.
the dark side
yeah.
of dolphins.
Exactly. There's the very popular image of friendly, playful, highly intelligent, social animals
Yeah.
that dolphins are. And they are all that. But like many other social animals, like humans, there is a very dark side to them. And I suppose, let's get into it rather
Yeah.
than skirting around. I've got a list of things
That your list of things against dolphins, like reasons why you should be
Yes.
allowed to kill them in your head, just like
I'm not saying we should kill them. I'm just saying we shouldn't
I thought.
idolize
Oh,
them.
that's what I thought we were going.
We
for.
should stop saying dolphins are, peaceful, magical creatures and all that. Because, let's start with the first thing. Dolphins rape other dolphins. Which, fair enough. There's a lot of rape in the animal kingdom. Lots of
But
animals rape other
They also
of their own
rape
species.
other animals.
Exactly. There's the real thing. Dolphins
Yeah.
not only rape other dolphins, they'll rape other dolphins of a different species who they can't breed with.
Yeah, so it's
They'll rape dolphins who not even the gender that they're meant to be. They'll
yeah.
rape other male dolphins just
through
for the fun of it.
blowholes, through
Yeah.
blowholes.
They'll just rape anything really. They're rape monsters.
Corals,
Corals.
seaweed,
Yep.
you name it.
The
And,
dolphins and their seaweed.
I saw a documentary a while ago called The Dolphin Murders, and I don't want to give away any spoilers, so if you're really keen on watching it, I suggest you skip this bit of the podcast, but don't.
But
Because
don't actually, because
then you'll
you'd
miss
much
out.
rather listen to this podcast than watch
Bas-
some documentary.
Basically, they found these dead dolphins washing up on the beach, and like it looks like they've been clubbed to death, and like they got FBI in, and it was this full investigation because they thought that some human was killing these dolphins, and then after investigation, they worked out it was dolphins killing other dolphins.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put it out there that it was suggested that maybe the reason why dolphins were killing other dolphins was because humans were distressing them. But
they were still killing other dolphins.
Yeah.
Like, and that's hardly an isolated incident. Like, they may have said that was right in the documentary, you know, because you don't want to tarnish the image of dolphins.
well, maybe it's kind of like how,
Or maybe it was just a natural part of what they do, but it was exacerbated by human activity.
well, it's kind of like how, you know, naturally Muslim people can be quite aggressive,
Yes.
and then we can
And
aggravate them.
Yeah, you
Fine.
can't excuse the dolphins' actions just because they were aggravated. Just like you can't excuse Muslim rioters because someone aggravated them by posting a picture of their prophet.
Ha, prophets.
But yeah, dolphins not only just kill other dolphins, they'll kill baby dolphins, which
Yeah.
again, fairly common in the animal kingdom. I know lions definitely kill other baby lions.
What for?
Well, most of the time when animals kill babies, it's because it's the alpha male or the new alpha male killing the old alpha male or another male's babies, because they want all the females, they want all those babies to be their babies, so they're not protecting someone else's babies.
True.
It makes sense. You want to pass on your genes, not Joe Schmo's genes.
I guess that's why the adoption system's really bad. Maybe the lions need an adoption system.
Yeah, their system is alright though. You know, they just get rid of the baby.
in an ethical and responsible way.
I'm sure they do it humanely, or lionanely.
Lionanely? Like, what is lionanely like?
With the teeth.
With the teeth, rather than just slowly nibbling them apart.
Yes. And dolphins not only kill baby dolphins, they also kill, maim human children.
Severely injure at least. Like,
Not kill, but you know, killing a dolphin is the same as injuring a human.
I actually laughed when I heard this on the news. This is new release news.
Yeah, this happened just a couple of days ago upon recording.
Upon recording,
So in America somewhere, it's SeaWorld or something, a 8-year-old girl
who was feeding
bitten
dolphins
by a dolphin. And
Actually-
these are trained dolphins who are obviously often in contact with children, and you
It
expect,
bit her.
yeah, you really don't expect these dolphins to be behaving badly.
Although SeaWorld's statement said that she was holding the fish out over the thing, and that was against their rules. Because
I don't know. We watched a video of it on YouTube, and it didn't seem she was doing anything different to what all the other kids along the tank were doing.
So she just was unlucky, got the wrong
Yeah.
dolphin.
But it goes to show that dolphins are, you know, they're just a wild animal. Really, when it comes down to it, they're not some magical, you know, wants to love everyone creature. They're a wild animal, and they'll behave like
They're
that.
awesome animals. Like they
Are really cool. I like dolphins, and I would
that's so
really
nice.
like dolphins if there wasn't this huge mythology about them.
Yeah, it's not. They are just animals like us. They aren't anything
Yeah,
more.
we've got to
magical.
stop anthropomorphizing dolphins and all animals really, because we do it so much. It's hard not to, but
Yeah, there's recent studies which are suggesting that children's current relationships with animals is actually being more and more detrimental because, detrimentally worse for, the child's development because of children's Pixar movies. We're encouraging children to see animals as
all the talking animal films.
Muslims, and they're increasing in the amount that children watch, and we're really encouraging it as a society to just see animals as little people.
Yeah.
And apparently it's really not good for children's development and understandings of empathy towards animals and stuff.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so. What about things like Cars, where it makes children think cars are people? Won't they run onto the highway and try to hug one?
See, this was my problem with the movie Cars, and this is why I hated the movie Cars. And it was why would cars exist if there were no humans for them to exist?
I
what
read a
is the
really
actual
good
purpose of
Crafts.com
them?
article about this, saying that it was because of some apocalypse. The humans were controlling all these, sentient, inanimate objects, and use them as slaves, like the toys in Toy Story and stuff.
When they had planes for cars in it, I was that's the point where I was just
Did the planes talk?
yeah, the planes talked as well.
So all the vehicles talked. It's kind of just like Thomas the Tank Engine, though, isn't it? It's for autistic kids.
But Thomas the Tank Engine makes perfect sense.
Really?
Yeah, because you got the fat controller.
Isn't it just because kids who have trouble, with other humans find it much easier to like associate with like a car or something.
Or trains.
Or a train. Especially trains. We like trains.
I think it's anything they like, they can...
Especially inanimate objects, because
Yeah.
they're not threatening. Like, trains aren't threatening when they're hurtling down the tracks at you. I think we should stop giving kids such a skewed image of the world. I mean,
trains. Why do we give them such a positive, mythological image of trains?
Yeah, we've mythologized trains to the same extent as dolphins. I mean,
This
like,
is a disgrace.
the dolphin train generation. That's what we're going to be.
Dolphins and bloody trains. Oh, bloody hell.
Bloody dolphins on trains.
Yeah. And so I hate vegans now.
I don't think any of us hate vegans, really.
No one can hate a vegan.
You can't hate vegans because they're like Moby. No one hates Moby.
Good old Moby.
I dare someone to hate Moby.